Welcome back, folks, to the WP-Tonic show. This is episode 587. Stephen, my normal co-host, couldn't manage it this week, but I've got my friend John Locke stepping in as my co-host. Thank you, John. And we got a really fantastic guest. I've been really looking forward to this interview. We got Shahjahan Jewel, CEO, founder of WPManageNinja. They're the people behind FluentForms and FluentCRM. So, Shahjahan, can you give us a quick intro about you? Give us a 20 intro, and then we go into the main part of the interview.
Yes, sure. Thank you. I'm really excited to be here. I am Shahjahan Jewel. I started WordPress back to 2010. So when I was in my university, and from that time, I fall in love with WordPress. So I did lots of WordPress work for different, banks, organizations. So that was like 2016, 17. So I did, lots of high profile work. So I ran an agency, WordPress agency. And then I felt like that maybe I can, build good quality WordPress plugins for mainly small to medium-sized businesses. So that is the category that WordPress does not have lots of solutions. So maybe I can add value to that business. So in 2018, I started my plugin business. That's WPManageNinja. So that was actually planned before 3 or 4 years. So it was a very planned project actually. And then first we launched I think Ninja Tables, and then FluentForms, and last year we released FluentCRM, and so far it's really great, doing great, and we have currently 150K plus websites that using our products.
So, that's great. That'd be great. And I'm going to let my co-host introduce himself. John, would you like to introduce yourself?
Yeah, just John from Lockdown SEO.
So. That's great. And before we go into the other part of the interview, folks, I just want to quickly tell you about our main sponsor, and that is Castos. Now, Castos, they basically help you get your podcast started, either for yourself or for a client. And in 2021, it's a great way of promoting yourself or your business by starting a podcast. I'm a firm believer in podcasting. I've been doing it for over 5 years now. I produce 3 shows a week, and they approached me. I wasn't totally happy with my present podcast host. That they're the people that provide the hosting and the RSS feed to your podcasts, and I wasn't totally happy with the company that I was using, and their interface and their pricing and the support they provide is truly fantastic. If you've been a listener of the show, you know that I like companies that I really believe in as my major sponsors, and I've just been blown away with their service. So if you're thinking of getting into podcasting, or you've been asked to set up a platform for podcasting by one of your clients, have a look at Castos, because you're not going to be disappointed. So let's go into the main part of the interview. So, I don't know, it almost seemed that you exploded on the market, but obviously you've been on the market much longer and you've really, with FluentForms, that is a very competitive market. And with FluentCRM, I would just imagine the technical challenges not such a crowded market, but technically extremely difficult to pull off. So let's start off with FluentForms. What made you believe that you could build such a successful plugin in a what looks to be a very competitive sector, doesn't it, Joel?
Yes. So I think, form market is, I think, the most competitive market in WordPress, and it has, great solution already. So like say Gravity Forms, W Forms, even Contact Form 7. So there's tons of, WordPress form plugin out there. And when we started, looking for what next product we want to build, then we thought that, okay, this is the most competitive market, but here all the solutions out there, those are like started building like 5-7 years ago. So like say Gravity Forms, I think they started building that in 2008, and they did not actually improve that very much out there from there. And if you want to build a good form many functionality, you have to install tons of add-ons, third-party add-ons, and those type of things. And also in the free market, there does not have much choice. Maybe you can use Contact Form 7, but that is very, very basic, and you have to write something code to build that thing. So when we thought that maybe we can add fellows to this market, because every site requires a form, and if we can build a good solution, definitely it will work. So then we started our R&D. So we did something like say 6-month R&D and see where we can actually add fellows. Then we build that, and when we're building that, then our target was like make it super fast for the websites, and I can tell you now that FluentForms is like among all the form builders plugins, FluentForms is the fastest form builder plugin. And we could use all the latest technologies that the previous other companies could not do that, because those technologies did not exist in that time, and they could not migrate that because they already had a ecosystem. If they migrate with the latest technology, then millions of websites will break, other add-ons will not work. So we got that advantage, that we got the idea from them, many features like but we could use the latest technologies like JavaScript frameworks into it, and make it super fast, super usable. And I think that was the our advantage, that we could use the latest technologies and add fellows to our product. And I think I will not say that we are really successful, but to date it's like 70,000 plus websites are powered by FluentForms, and our market is really growing. Like in last 6 months, we added like 40,000 new users to our product, and so far users are super happy. And another thing I would like to add actually, that the big companies, they don't care about the user, they don't care about the community, but here we do it differently. We always talk with our community, and like I can say that last 1 year, whatever features we added into the the plugin, it came from directly from our customers, our community, our users. So we have a super active Facebook group community, and they actually suggest us what need to be done, how we can improve it, and based on that we do our internal R&D and ship the features. So we are very fast with the development space. So I mean, our company mostly development development focused company, user focused company. So that is one advantage, I think, that we bring in the market, and that's why people love our products. Yeah, they recommend to others.
Well, you certainly have done a fantastic job, of placing FluentForms. Over to you, John.
Right. So you mentioned that, your company's been around for about 5 years. How did you initially get the idea to start developing a plugin company, and how has your growth accelerated since that point?
Okay, so I started WordPress development back 2010, I think. Yeah, I started my programming. Started programming I think 2008, and then from 2010 I started the WordPress. So I built websites, mainly solutions to different non-profit organizations, even banks, and many small businesses. So I had a very good understanding with the what customers want, how WordPress works, how it should work. And from that experience, it helped me when I started this company so this is my second company actually, WPManageNinja. So I started this 2016. Then my target was actually to provide this solutions, this plugins mainly. And then we started building the plugins. So my previous 6-year experience that actually helped a lot. And our business model is something like that, give a good free version, and from that user will actually, when they like it, they will actually convert to the pro version. So our whole business model is like freemium model, and I think that is really working. And another one is actually I can say that we don't expense we don't have any marketing expense, like paid marketing expense like ads, those type of things, because we are really very community focused company. So our customers actually advise to their community, and I think that is really working really great. And that is the our main powerful marketing point for our products. So I can, when we actually launch our FluentCRM, so that was like our biggest launch, and within on month we got like 3,000 active installation for our FluentCRM, because we had a very engaged community, and they actually recommend our product to other users, other community.
Oh, that's awesome. When you were developing FluentForms, a lot of the other products in the WordPress space, they had a business model of using add-ons as a revenue source, but you just have a flat price. Was that a conscious decision, or did you see a weakness in these other form plugins?
Yeah, I think this is a very interesting topic actually, and also it was a very good market for me. Witness to other companies, like this is crazy, that you want a form and you have to install tons of add-ons, and like say Gravity Forms has like 50 plus add-ons, WPForms also has 45, all the other companies have those things. So that is crazy that from the company side, that I have to manage lots of plugins. From the user side, it's a pain to manage all those plugins. And also the pricing is also crazy, that there has like elite, normal, agency, those type of things. So that was one thing that, okay, I thought that, okay, this should not be this complex. You just need a form for your website, or you need an integration. You have to install tons of plugins. So that's not good. So what we did actually, we made this flat pricing, that it's just a pro. You will just buy the pro, and you will just download on pro plugin, and all the features will be there. So the pricing will be simple. Your life will be simple. So that was the the motivation that I should actually, as a product company, the aim of the product should be make the customer's life easier, not complex. So maybe we could make more money if we go to like add-on type business, different type of pricing plans. But I think it made our customers life easier, as well as make our life also easier, that we don't have to manage tons of 40 plus add-ons. We just manage only one code base. So yeah, that was our motivation, that maybe we can add value to this segment too.
No, gotta agree 100%. Keeping it simple is, you look at these other plugins, they're super complex.
I think it's time for us
to go
break. For our break, actually, John. We're going for our break. We'll be back with Jewel, the founder, CEO of WPManageNinja, the people behind WPFluentForms and FluentCRM. We'll be back in a few moments. We're coming back. It's been really great to hear. I feel one of the most innovative companies that have entered the market for quite a while, actually. But before we go into the second half of this great interview, I just want to mention another great sponsor, and that's Conversco. Conversco. What are they and what do they offer? Well, they really offer premier WordPress hosting up to enterprise level. One of the newer players in the market, but with a great team. Their CEO came on the show a few weeks ago and they showed me the back end of what they're providing. It's a really slick, really customable hosting solution that's really dedicated for enterprise level hosting and for agency level. So if you are a small to medium-sized agency, you really do need to do yourself a favor and go and have a look at what they've got to offer. Like I say, I was extremely impressed. So back into the interview. Let's talk about FluentCRM. I really think I've been so impressed with what, I opened my own wallet and bought, I've spent quite a bit of money of my own money with you. And I've been delving into FluentCRM as much as I can with all my other tasks. And you just seem to be going strength on strength with FluentCRM. What was the decision making about that? Because I would imagine technically, would I be correct in saying technically it's on a different level to all the other plugins that you have successfully launched? Let's start there. Would I be correct about that?
Yes.
So simple. And what was some of the challenges that you faced around that, Jill?
Yeah, it was the most challenging project. I think it still is. It is. So basically, FluentCRM. The idea of FluentCRM actually it came. It was not like we will build. We'll release FluentCRM at the first. So basically. We build this to solve our problems. So we have a very small shop. We sell our own products, and then email marketing is very important for us. Also, send emails to our customers, specific segment by product wise. So there has no solution in WordPress. I would say that efficient solution in WordPress that I can send emails from my WordPress. So at first we tried the MailChimp. Then I think we tried the Active Campaign. Our problem was actually that all our customer data is in our WordPress website. And then I have to, manage my contact, do my email marketing to another platform. I have to log in there and do that. And I don't have a, clear vision of my contact. Like, say, I need to know about you. Then I have to go to this ActiveCampaign or MailChimp. Then I have to see that what information I have there, and then get back to my WordPress site and see which products you bought, what things you did in our website, or what customer support ticket you actually submitted. So that was actually our problem. So first we just build in very tiny solution to send the emails to our customers when we release a new update of a product. Then we added new features. Okay, we can do that. So like I can search for a contact and see the 360 view of the contact. I can see your support ticket, when you registered, when you bought a product, your lifetime hello, those type of things, because all the data is actually in WordPress, and I can actually query from the database and show that in the interface. So then we thought that, okay, this is really helping us to know our customer, to analyze our customers and send the targeted emails. So then we started thinking about that. What about if we can make it's a product? So the challenge was actually that the WordPress. It's people. The problem is actually that people think that WordPress is not for this kind of thing. And that's true because, people use, like say $1 per month hosting services, or $5, or some people use $30, $100. So there is, different type of, servers that we have to actually support. So that was the first problem of us that we have to solve, that it needs to be very lightweight, very fast. So then we started the R&D. So it was like say 6 or 7 month R&D before we started a single line of code for this product. And after that, then we build with all the latest technologies. We used Vue.js, so it's a very lightweight, fastest JavaScript framework to build applications. So with that, and if you use FluentCRM, you will see that how fast it is. And we use the REST API, and also we made sure that it will not affect your WordPress website. It should not slow down your sites. So we made sure that by adding the custom database. So we had to do lots of over engineering for this, and successfully we could build that. And I can say that, so it's like technically in a technology standpoint, we made a framework for this, especially this product. So that took us like 6-7 months, and our CTO actually dedicatedly work on this and made sure, okay, this should be high performance. And then we could pull it off. And before we go to the market, we had like 1 to 2 months beta testing. So we recruited some beta tester from our existing customer base who use like ActiveCampaign, MailChimp, those type of service. And we gave them a beta version that, okay, give a try and let us know what's problem you are facing, and we'll work on that. So that was like 2 months period sprint that we optimized the plugin. And finally, when our beta testers happy, then we actually released that. We still developing it very actively, and currently 6,000 active businesses using it, and we are getting lots of customers who are using like SaaS services like ActiveCampaign or MailChimp. And I think it's currently, I can say that very stable, and it can actually now send millions of emails. So one of our customer last month, they completed like 3 million emails they could send, and they actually post in our Facebook group that if he send that with another services, his cost was like $2,000, and now using FluentCRM his cost is like say like $50 or something. So that was actually really crazy, and we are really excited about FluentCRM. And you can see that lots of people are using it. Lots of YouTubers are also making videos. They are also using it for their businesses.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm really excited. I want to point out this to some viewers that you probably really do need, even though they've done great work in optimizing this great plugin, if you are going to use something like FluentCRM, you really do need to look at your hosting provider. That I would suggest, because with the right hosting provider, it's going to work flawlessly. Where if you got the wrong one, it might be a little more painful. Over to you, John.
I noticed that you have multiple integrations with FluentCRM with existing WordPress plugins and suites. Now, when it comes to building out these integrations, is that something that is pretty easy to establish, or do you have communication with the development teams over at those plugins as well?
Okay, so basically, as I already mentioned, we did like 6-month R&D before starting coding on this project. So our framework that we have built actually, that it's really easy. And I think the coming months we will have the developer documentation. So when we need to actually add a new integration, I think we have like 15 plus integrations, and all into the the pro package. And if you download the pro package, you will see that it's less than 1 megabyte size. So it's very lightweight. So what we did actually, that in our framework, we made it very easy to add the integration. So so when we add the integration, so most of the time the integrations, we actually browse the codes of the plugins, and then find the their actions and match that with our plugin. And for some cases we had to contact with the developers, and they really helped us to do that. They assigned their developers in some cases, and then they actually give us the options that okay, you have to integrate this way. So we did that. I can say that this is very efficient. So like we have all the LMS plugins integrations, all the membership plugins integrations, even page builder integrations, those type of things. And how we actually build it, that if you haven't say you are using Lifter LMS, so if you don't use Lifter LMS, those code base will never actually run. If you have the Lifter LMS installed, then you can actually see the options of Lifter LMS. And so we made it very simple for our customers too. So you don't have to install another plugin. So you just have to install the FluentCRM and the Pro version, and that's it. You will get all the integrations easily. So that is, I can say that it's like it took us very long time to build the system, but now we can easily integrate a new integration. See, it's like say if we had to install integrate a new plugin, another plugin or plus, so it's take us like 3 or 4 hours maximum. So that is fantastic for us.
Amazing. Jonathan?
Yeah, I think we're going to come to the end of the podcast, the show. Are you up for spending another 15 minutes with us, Jill?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, we do that on YouTube, and we call it our bonus content, Jill. So Jill's going to stay with us. We're going to continue this discussion. You'll be able to see the whole interview on the WP-Tonic YouTube channel. Please go there and subscribe. It's got a lot of extra material that you won't hear or see on the podcast. Before I wrap it up, I also wanted to tell you about a webinar that we're going to be doing on the second Friday of May at 10:30 Pacific Standard Time with Spencer Forum, and it's going to be talking about Fluent CRM and how to integrate it with Spencer's own product launch flows, and how by using these two great plugins and a couple of other ones, you can build funnels of a quality and a functionality much better than ClickFunnels or some of the other SaaS competitors out there. It's going to be a fantastic learning webinar, so please join us. And how do you sign up for that? It's really quite easy. You go to the WP-Tonic website, and in the top navigation on the far right, there's a button that says webinar. You click that and you'll be able to sign up for the webinar, and we will be emailing you closer to when we will be doing that webinar. Like I say, we're going to finish off now. Please go over to the WP-Tonic YouTube channel and watch the rest of this great interview. We'll be back next week with another great guest and another great interview. We'll see you soon, folks. Bye. They're coming back for bonus content with Jill, CEO, founder of WP-Manage what's the, obviously you can't, I'll leave it obviously to your discretion. But in broad terms, where would you like Fluent CRM to be at the end of 2022? What's your roadmap where you would like it to be in a year's time, Jill?
Okay, so our product name is FluentCRM, but it's not actually the full-fledged CRM. CRM is a very broad term. Yeah. Exactly, and so we name it actually the CRM. So we have a big roadmap. Even we bought the FluentCRM.com domain. It was a premium domain, and we had to we have to give lots of money for that domain. So it was actually a long plan from the very beginning. So our idea of FluentCRM is actually that we want to build tools for small or mid-level businesses, that they can run their whole business operation in WordPress and effectively. So that was the idea actually. So currently we have you can only manage your contacts, view the data, and send the emails and run some automations. In the coming months or coming year, we want to add more components to this plugin. Like our next product will be support. So we'll call it, I think, Fluent Support. So it will be integrated with Fluent CRM. So you can actually manage all your customer query ticketing system right into your WordPress. And currently we are using it in our website. So that is one product, and then we want to add the other components of a CRM, true CRM. So like say SMS marketing, sales pipeline, or even maybe we will add the invoicing system too. So you can actually manage your invoices or quotation into Fluent CRM. So that is the main idea, that we will not build a very different product. We want to add value to this product and make it bigger, and people can actually run their full business into his WordPress. So that is the idea of Fluent CRM.
All right, over to you, John.
You also have some other products in your line, the pricing tables, and you also sell themes. you know, what's the activity when it comes to those products? Are they picking up the same as FluentForms and FluentCRM?
Okay. So, we before we build FluentForms, even the CRM, we had to try different things, like maybe we can try this, or maybe we build for ourselves and then made it open source, or add a premium version. So the other products, the themes, that was actually like we built that in 17, and that was not our current target or focus point. Maybe we will not continue with our theme business. Maybe we'll shut down that sector, and we will mainly continue with our plugins. So like say pricing table, that is not actually, I think, we don't need a pricing table plugin, because that does not add value to the business, because even the Gutenberg or all the page builders have the pricing table section, and you can build beautiful pricing tables into that. So maybe we'll not continue those products, and theme will not definitely go to that route too. We want to actually focus on our plugins, like Fluent CRM, Fluent Forms, Ninja Tables, these products.
Good. And when it comes to like a growth strategy, I noticed on Fluent Forms and that website and the Fluent CRM site, you guys are very actively blogging. Do you actually get people? How many people do you get into your funnel through that type of content marketing?
Okay, so we have a very big marketing team actually here, but our total marketing focus point is actually content marketing. So we produce lots of content, and we distribute to our sites, our WPManageNinja.com, FluentCRM.com, FluentForms.com. And I can say our organic traffic is like 70% are organic traffic, and I think that is really good. We have a very good keyword ranking in Google, so that is our focus point in our thing. And our main conversion rate comes from actually the free plugin to pro plugin. Like for Fluent CRM, our conversion is really high. So that is a very good thing for us actually. So when people see that, okay, this is a very good, and it actually really save money for us, so they actually convert to pro version, because it's really cheap. We made it very simple too. And same for the Fluent Forms, even Ninja Table, those are the same thing. So our total marketing point of view, to educate our users, to let what we offer in our free version, even in our plugin, and they install the free version, and then they actually upgrade to pro. I can say that very few people actually directly buy our pro version. They first try the free version, and then they actually upgrade to pro version. So that's why actually we our focus point is totally with the content marketing.
Well, that sounds great. What I was delighted, what I thought was a really smart move was when you released Fluent SMTP, the plugin. Was that always planned, or was you reacting to a need, which, there was other competitors ones out there, but they were bloated with upsell screens everywhere. So I was delighted when you released Fluent SMTP and made it a totally free plugin. What was that reaction to the market, or was you always planning to release that particular plugin?
So the SMTP plugin, that was it was actually took like say only 2 weeks to build it from start to finish, the Fluent SMTP. we needed the one SMT plugin actually. So, the FluentCRM or even the FluentForms, people need to send email and they need a connection to, connect with Amazon SES or Mailgun or, SendGrid, those type of thing. Most of the most popular plugin with the SMTP market, that they only, provide the SMTP connection, and they have a pro version. So when people actually complaining to us that, hey, I bought, FluentCRM, but I have to now pay like $59 per year to, connect with the Amazon SES. So that is a pain, and we manage another, two plugin in my site. So then, and another problem is actually that, when someone actually send, 10,000 or 20,000 email, those plugins are not optimized to send this bulk amount of, emails, and it took, like double time to send those emails. Actually, then we started, looking for hot, SMTP plugin in the market that actually do this job, which use the native, API integration, native connection to send emails. And we cannot find that. We have some, but those are totally, premium version. And from our company's standpoint, we cannot actually, ask our customers to buy another plugin to use our system. So then we built, that's why we built the Fluent SMTP. And it's like, our whole company, actually, our 100% revenue comes from our, WordPress ecosystem. And then we decided that, okay, maybe we can just give to the community, to this plugin, and we can place that this will be the totally 100% free plugin, and we'll maintain it, and people can use it, and we can add all the features, all the, premium plugins have. So basically, the number one is to help our users to connect their, email service provider. Another thing is actually to have something totally free, so kind of contribute to open source and giving back to the community. So yeah, that's the reason we build the Fluent SMTP. And I think currently our active installation of Fluent SMTP is like, I think 10K. And people are using it, and they are really, really happy about it. And we are also excited.
Have you considered, I don't know, because it's a difficult one, there's fors and against, but have you considered also providing it through, because to set up Amazon Web Services, email services isn't the most easiest thing. Have you considered having your own email service that kind of integrates, or but that's a difficult one, isn't it? That's
yeah, our target is not actually, to provide this type of, services, because I know that I cannot, make it best optimized. Amazon, they are doing it best. So if I cannot make it, best, good, better than the market, I should not actually build that. We are really good with the, making the solutions for WordPress. And I don't think we will go with our own SaaS services very soon. So we are good at, providing the solution in WordPress. We'll continue to do that.
Yeah. Because like to plug WP-Tonic, our hosted, we specialize in providing a hybrid platform for membership learning management entrepreneurs that want to build courses, and we use your products, but we integrate it with SendGrid, and they get a free, that gets like our basic offering, they get 5,000 subscribers, unlimited email, but we set it all up with SendGrid with your plugins. Now, I think obviously you have continuing competition in the WordPress ecosystem, but I think now your real competition are the SaaS competitors, yes, like ActiveCampaign, because I think your interface and the technology is so more advanced than the competition in the WordPress ecosystem that now it's going to be quite hard for them to catch up to some extent. But I noticed, like with Active Campaign, one of their strengths is they've got a very strong consultancy certification and consultants that you can hire, and also the educational side, the training. Are these areas that on your roadmap to try and build up with your own product?
Yeah, so we have a plan actually. So here our company actually growing really crazy fast. So our current members is like 43 year, I think. So we recruited a few last month. So our the total team size is like 43 members, and 1 year ago we were like 15 or 16 members only. So we grew like really crazy, and we never thought actually that our is a FluentCRM or FluentForms will grow this level. Like last 6 months it's like 6,000 new customer in Fluent CRM. So we thought that maybe we will grow, but not that fast, but we did. So we are doing, so it's like we are trying to scale it up. We already scaled our, support system. We hired a lot of new support managers, and we can give, good support to our customers too. In this area that you actually mentioned, that, the educational things or consultancy things, maybe we will explore. We are currently actually exploring that, and we will do that. So my plan is maybe I can make a directory, and from our community we can actually invite our community that maybe you can so there has lots of agencies, so I can invite those agencies and create a profile in our site, so people can actually hire those consultant directly. So that is one idea that I think within this year we will we launch that. And it will be free for our users as well as for the consultant. We will not make any cut from there, and because we don't want to manage those things, it will be just like a directory. So that is one thing that I want to do. Another thing is actually that is the educational thing. So maybe that will take some time, but maybe next year we will do that.
Right, over to you, John.
I think we're maybe like one more question, like call it for time. Okay. If a large hosting company with a ton of money, like said, we want to buy FluentForms and FluentCRM, would you take that offer?
Okay, so yeah, so that is a very critical question actually. The environment of our office actually, this is not like corporate. Here we have a very friendly working environment, and I enjoy working here. So even some weekend I work there. Some people come here and work there. Even we have our own office premise, own building, and we are I think this year our new office building will be completed. I think when we will merge with another hosting company or big company, we cannot enjoy that. The passion I have for the product, that will not be done with if someone acquires us. And the vision we have with the product currently, I think that will not work. So it's not all about money actually that we work. It's about the passion. It's about the dream. So when someone actually review our product or send us an email that they are using this product, and that's the feeling that I get. I cannot get that from the money or anything actually. So I think we will not sell our company, anytime soon. So like the next 5 years or something. So that is the idea. We will not, we already got some, proposals, but to be honest, I had to, decline those, or I had to tell them that this is my idea and we want to grow it from, our way. I don't want to, convert this company to a corporate thing.
Yeah. I would imagine you've already had a lot of offers. I think I've got to say, just to wrap up, that you've made some fantastic business decisions. Your positioning of the company and the decisions you've made so far have really shown that you're really your gut instincts about marketing and positioning have been spot on, really. It's not only the technical side, which is difficult on its own, isn't it, Jill? It's the actual positioning of the plugins and how you work in the WordPress ecosystem. But I've been really impressed not only with the interface and the technology, but how you have positioned the plugins and dealt with the WordPress ecosystem. I'll give you 10 out of 10 for that. Well, Jill, thank you so much for coming on the show. You have to come back later on in the year, maybe for another interview, and we find out what more. I've really enjoyed it. We're going to wrap up this interview now, folks. We'll be back next week with another great guest and another great interview. We'll see you soon. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.